Hello guys, welcome to another video of tormenting myself with DSA questions, and today we are going to be solving giving a weekly contest of 480 in leetcode, and let's see how I do this one. Alright. Okay, so the first question is absolute difference between the maximum and minimum k elements. So you are given an integer array nums and an integer k. As I can see, the sum of k largest element in the array, the sum of k smallest element in the array, return an integer denoting its difference. Okay, I can just sort nums.begin and nums.end, correct, and then I'll find the absolute difference. So how can I find the absolute difference? I can just do, okay, let me do this. Okay, so now I can just wait, what is the, okay, it's just 100, so it's very easy. So accumulate nums.begin plus k is what is going, this is going to give me the first k elements, the sum of the first k elements, and correct, and begin plus n minus k, okay, nums dot end, right, comma 0, and I'm going to subtract these two things and return the ABS of these two things. Or maybe if you, or I don't need to return the ABS actually. It's just a difference between. So now here I am doing n plus begin and n minus k. So n minus k is just going to be okay, so if I'm at n minus 1, so n minus 1, I'll be like n minus 1 minus k is just going to be giving me just the previous value, correct, n minus 1 minus k, n minus 1 is going to give me the last value, and minus of k is going to give me the second last, and yeah, that's it. This is the thing. So I can just return this. I forgot this. I will try to do this. Okay. 5. This is 5, and this should be 0, which is true. Let's submit this value. Got accepted. Let's try to go to the next question. So you're given a string consisting of lowercase English words. So this is the string. There are so many mosquitoes. Determine how many vowels appear in the first word. Okay, and then reverse each of the word that has the same vowel count. Like, okay, determine how many vowels appear in the first, then reverse each of the following word that has the same vowel count. Leave all remaining words unchanged. Alright, so the first thing which I need to do is देढ़ घंटा Okay, so I'll be like, first of all I'll try to find how many vowels the first string will contain. So for anti I equals to 0, I is less than n, and it will be like, Okay, so counting the number of vowels, so let me do this, count this. So if s of I equals to a, or s of I is equals to b, sorry, e, and I just do the same thing over and over. A, E, I and O, and then I'll have U. If any of these satisfies, then I'm going to increase the counter plus, correct? Okay, now else if s of I is equals to, I just break it because that's a, okay, now reverse each of the following words that has the same vowel count. So I have to reverse the words. Okay, so there is so in order to reverse the word, I need to find where I finished my I, and I'll be like, okay, while I is less than n, I will be like, okay, L equals to I plus 1, because this is where it got end, and R is equals to just L, correct? I'd be like, okay, do this, and R is, if R, okay, now that has the same vowel count. Okay, I just need to reverse those words which have the same vowel count. So first I need to find what is the vowel count of a particular word. So let's say that I'm trying to figure out how can I reverse. I think I can reverse it. Yeah, I can reverse it in a very good, like I can use a function of reverse. Okay, so instead of R, I'll be like, okay, let me do I, instead of I, like R, and then here count will be 0, and now count is increasing. So count, I'm going to have to do count 0. Okay, alright, so while L is maybe true, I'm going to do this till this is the thing. Okay, now, okay, S of R. When I reach S of R, I want to break it, and now it will be reverse if, and count will be in between here, because, okay, so if count, okay, so let me make another variable. Let's say it's count 2, correct, and count 2 equals to 0. I like if count is equals to count 2, and here I'll increase the count 2, and if they are equal, then I'll be like, okay, do the reverse thing. Reverse s dot begin plus L, comma s dot begin plus R, and then just, okay, do nothing. And the worst case, n by 2, there can be root n words, and when we have root n words, I'll reverse root n. So root n for each n, I will like root n. So n root n will be the answer. Okay, yeah, I think it's quite well. And now when R, Okay, now in the last scene, what I'll do is something like this: L is less than n. But now, if when I reach this, after that I'll be like, okay, L will be R, because R plus 1, R is going to be L. That's it. And then I'll just return S. That's it. Let's see if this works. Okay, I didn't. int n should be s dot length. What? Wait, what? Overflow. Overflow. How? Oh yeah. I think got it. I didn't do this thing. So yeah, instead of doing it here, let's do it here. Once you enter this, just go outside, just break it. Okay, I think now it should work. So cat DNA mice book is xn. Yeah, it's working fine. Banana is still healthy. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, it got accepted. Yeah, let's try to do the third question. You are given a circular array balance of length n, where balance of I is the net balance of person I. You are given a circular array balance of length n. So this is a circular array, and the length of the array is n, and balance of I is the net balance of a person I. Okay, I don't know what that means. It means how much money it has, like, alright, like whatever. Now in one movie, a person can transfer exactly 1 unit of balance to either left or right neighbor. Okay, so in 1 unit, exactly, a person can transfer exactly 1 unit of balance to either left or right neighbor. Return the minimum number of moves required so that every person has a non-negative balance. Right. Okay. Non-negative balance, so they can have 0 balance as well. Right. Okay, if it is impossible, I need to return 1. Alright. So, okay, let me think, how can we do that? Okay, so for here I can just send 1 from here to here, and then I'll be like, okay, can I still, is it still, okay, so what is the minimum balance that I can have? 10 to the power 9. So I want to send something from here to here, correct? That's what I need to do. Alright, so if I try to remove this and put this here, this is going to be -3, still negative. I need to find out okay, I need to find out what is the max here, what is the max at the right of the array, and okay, so one thing is sure, when it is going to be -1, when the number of negative is more than there are positive, right? Then it's going to be -1. So if accumulate balance that begin till balance dot end 0 is less than 0, then return -1, right? But if it's not the case, then I'll always have an answer. Okay, so now I'll be like, okay, what is the answer? What is the minimum number of moves required so that every position has a non-negative integer? Okay, what if I try to do a DP solution? Does that work? I am at a current index and I see that that particular index either going to be more or less. Alright, I think I cannot do DP because it's really dynamic. Okay, so the main thing is I need to somehow make all of the negative thing positives, convert all of them into positive things. How can we do that is the main question. Do I do a greedy approach? A greedy approach won't work, so what can we do? Okay, genuinely I have no idea now. What can we really do? This is a tough question. Let's try to read the fourth question as well. Okay, so you are given a string s of length n. There is this string consisting of characters capital A and capital B. You are also given a 2D integer of queries of length q. Okay, this is the queries. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a segment tree. I don't know. Let me see what are the queries. So I1 to j, 1 of j, it means flip the character at index j of s, so that is a changes to b and vice versa. The operation as this operation mutates sets and affects the subsequent queries. Okay, so now we have 2l comma r, which tells me compute the minimum number of character relations required to make the substring alternating. This operation does not modify s. The length of s remain n. Okay, what does that mean? Like, compute the minimum number of character deletions required to make the substring alternating. Okay, no two adjacent characters are required. Substring of length. Okay, so I just need to find out the minimum number of characters we need to delete so that I can make it alternating. That's what I need to do. Correct. Alright. So for this I can just use a segment tree to change the queries, but how do I compute this in a fast way? And what is the s dot length is 5 and query is obviously going to be very much. Alright, and these are all one indexed, not zero index, one index, correct? Or is it not? No, it is not. Okay, it is not one indexed. So yeah, okay, so I need to dynamically be able to compute the minimum number of character deletions required to make the substring alternating. So how can I make it alternating? That's really the question. If I try to change it, okay, so let me ask this question at first. Uh, if if it didn't have uh, how would I have calculated it? Okay, so alternating, it means that either the first thing is going to start with a or the first thing is going to start with a b, and consecutively if you either these two things are going to happen, correct? All right, so if you have a here, you just delete all the until you find b, and if you find b and you just delete all the b's later with it. This is what you do. Now I need to dynamically be able to compute all of these things. So how can I really compute this? That's what I need to understand here. The first thing is to maybe apply a segment tree, and I'll be like, okay, the segment of I end, let's say, and this is going to be able to okay, so maybe I should have two segment trees, one segment tree in which the particular thing always start with a. Okay, so this start with a, this second thing also starts with a, and okay, or maybe segment tree is not the thing. What do I need to do? How can I make, if I am given a query LNR and I changed one of the letters, let's say, then how do I answer to the query? How do I answer to the query? Okay, so for LNR, I only have a problem in how am I going to do this. So let's try to think about it. Let's say that I have a and let's say I have a B and I have a and this, there is a segment tree which tells me that I need 0 here. Okay, yeah, 0 here, 0 here, 0 here and 0 here, and I'll be like, okay, I want to make this thing A. When you make this thing A, this whole thing is going to be affected now, because yeah, they both become A's. So I don't know what will be, because I only know that this segment is 0, this segment is also 0. Now I have no idea if this segment and this segment, what does it start with. If I wanted it to start with an A, this also starts with an A, let's say. So this doesn't start with A, I will delete this, but so there will be one operation. At the same time, okay. This is also really hard. I literally have no idea. I'm not getting any idea. Not even segment 3. Let's try to stick with this thing for now. How do I make a particular thing balanced? Yeah, this is quite true. The first thing which I have written. Now the only thing that I need to care about is once I find a negative, what is really going to be the minimum number. What is my rank right now? Just want to check it. Nothing much of it. Not much of. I don't want to do anything. It's very bad. It is very bad. Okay, there is at most one negative value in balance initially. What? Oh, wait, what? Alright, so this changes everything. Like if you look at this, you are guaranteed that at most one index has a negative balance initially. Okay, so let me try to, instead of doing this, let me try to do this bool check equals to, initially it's true. I am having a long sum which is 0, and I'll be like, okay, sum plus equals to balance of I, and if balance of I is negative, then I'll be like, okay, 0 or okay, let's say that check equals to false, for example. Let's say that if balance is 0, check will be equals to false. Now if I see that check is false, which means that there is a negative character. if check is if else, and if check is true, then there was, if check is true, then there is really no negative character, then I just return 0. But if there is no check and that but if there is a check and sum is less than 0, then I'll return -1. And now both of them have been false, so its check is false. Sum is also greater than or equal to 0. So now we try to think what we can do. And all right, so the I can try to do a greedy approach. So at first I'll be like, okay, I'll try to have this end equals to, which is -1, right? And I'll be like, okay, if this end is equals to I, so I know where this balance I is, correct? So it is in end I. So at first I'm like, okay, anti k equals to 1, let's say, okay. So while end minus k is greater than equals to 0 and end plus k is greater than equals to 0, right, n plus k is less than n, I am going to do this thing. So I am at the how to say this, like if end of let me try to do this. If balance of end minus k plus balance of end plus k, correct, if I add these two up with a long maybe, I don't know, and long answers for sure. Okay, if this thing is happening and k is 1, this is telling me that this minus balance of end, okay, this thing is lesser than 0. So when I try to add them and I try to, or maybe I can say that they are greater than equal to this thing, okay, then I am sure the how many times do I have to do so. So I'll be like, okay, balance of end, which is really left, and I'm going to subtract this because it's negative currently. And yeah, I think I should add this up. When I add these two up and I see that this is greater than or equal to 0, then I'll be like, okay, this once, how many times? K times, right? 1 time or 2 time or 3 time, whatever it is. So answer plus equals to this thing which I'll do. and then I'll just break. Else if this is lesser, so let me call this thing as anti-x. So if x is lesser than 0, greater than 0 is alright. If it's lesser than 0, I am not sure what to do. Then I'll have to make all of these k's try to fit in. Alright, so x answer plus equals to this thing, these guys. So oh wait, what is this? Yeah, I'll try to add these two guys, and how many times will it be added? K times, and then I'll be like, okay, k plus plus. That's what I will do. And now while I'm going to do the same thing again. Now this time, so with this thing, now this time balance is just going to be again the same thing, but this middle thing is not going to be present. And again I'll do the same thing almost. Answer plus equals to this, but if you are doing this, then instead of this I don't have this. Answer plus equals to this, k plus plus, correct? And also again this thing, now again I'll have the same thing. This I'm going to break it, and else if this is that case, I'll be like, okay, do this, and then I'll be like, okay, just return the answer, and I think this will work. This thing, okay, right, and I don't really need to do this, just saying. And the n is just going to be balance dot size, right? Is there anything else? Currently I don't think so. Let me do this. Okay, it worked. So the first is 4. I'm here, and wait. Okay, well, check equals to false, and I'll be like, check equals to true, and but if it's still there, check still false. If check, I like return answer, and if still not, I'm going to be like, okay, now become true, and again I'll be like, oh wait, this will be check true here, this will be check equals to false at the beginning. तो भात कौन था वो? If check, and again return ans. I think this will work, but if again this is not true, and I don't need to do this, right? I think this will work, certainly. Didn't work. Whoa. So this, okay, I think I got what is wrong. Okay. So sum is also 0 for now, and when I am encountering this, I'll be like, okay, sum is, I'll add this to the sum. And the thing is, I'll be like, it's not the balance that we are adding. It's not just these two guys. It's also the sum plus the balance. This is actually the thing, sum plus the balance. If that is greater than x, then I'll do this, break it and add it to the check. But if it's not, then I'll be like, okay, answer plus equals to this times k, and I'm adding this to the sum. Okay, so sum, I want it initially to be balance of end, I don't know why, and I'll be like, okay, instead of doing this, I'll do sum, and yeah, sum plus this. If this is the thing, I don't need this check then. I don't need this checkers all the way every time. I just need to check this sum every time. Very tedious work. Yeah, so what will I do? So I can see that the sum is here, this is the sum, and I made the sum to be this, and I'm like, okay, this plus this and this is greater than 0 still. So I will be like, okay, do this thing and break, and sum is, just 0, correct? See, right? Now I'll be like, I came here and x is still less than 0, so after all the sum that I have, it's still negative, and when I do add all of the things to the sum, it is still negative, so it is still negative. And yeah, I'm not going to answer the balance of end, instead I'm going to answer sum, correct? Whatever is left, I'm going to add that to it. Here also the same thing, sum that I will have, and sum equals to 0. Similarly for here as well, I'm just going to add sum equals to 0, and here also I'll be adding just the sum. Right, and if this is the okay, so, and if I see that adding to the sum this guys, when I add this, it's still lesser than x, then I am going to add all of them and add it to the sum, and k plus plus, and still lesser than. Okay, when you do this, you'll encountering this thing. Alright, now here I am going to add balance of end minus k. Similarly here, sum plus equals to balance of n plus k, correct? And if I encounter that, whenever I encounter that sum is 0, I just return answer. Again here too, if sum is equals to 0, return answer. Okay, I'm also doing this, but we know here also I'll be doing some, yeah. Okay, so here I am doing this thing, and I'll be like, okay, it didn't, so it is greater than, do this thing, and sum equals to 0, and if it is not, still not greater than, do this thing and this thing. Similarly here also, sum equals to 0, return answer, sum equals to 0, return answer, and return answer here. I think this should work, certainly. 7 still didn't work. What is wrong? So when I'm here, I'm like, okay, k plus 1 n plus k is not what I want it to be, so it is now going to come over here and see that sum is not equals to, and it will come here. Now k minus 1 and whatever the balance I have here plus sum is still less than 0, correct? It's less than 0, then I'm like, okay, if it is less than 0, then add the answer balance end. So how many variants do I have? 1, and I'm going to add it one time, correct? Add it one time, and now sum will become sum plus equals to 1 plus minus 4, right? Which is basically minus 3. Sum is become minus 3 and answer has 1 now. Now k plus plus I have done. Okay, now again this loop is going to work, and I'll be like, okay, now this is minus 3 and this thing right here is 5. Minus 5, it's 2, correct? There is minus 3 and just need 3 over here. So what will I do? Wait, what? Wait, what is this? In one move, a person can transfer exactly 1 unit to either the left or right neighbor. So I can only transfer to the right neighbor. So I'll have to move all this over here, correct? So move 1 unit from 1 to 2, balance become this. Move 1 unit from 0 to 2. What? How are you doing this from 0 to 2? How are you actually moving it to the right index? Person can exactly run left or right neighbor. How did you do this? This is impossible, right? So are you telling me कि I don't need to do this k, adding this k? What is this? It's 6, okay. It's minus 1, correct. But you are telling me that I cannot do this. I don't need to do this k. In this case it's already simple, pretty simple. Just move this here, move this here. I will move this directly to here. This is what you're telling me. So 1 to 2, 1 to 2, right? I move this 2 here, and then 3 to 2, 3 to 2, correct. Then 0 to 1, and then 1 to 2. Yeah, right. Like this, I can just move this to the right neighbor. I move it, and then I can move this to its right neighbor. That's what I did. What is happening here? Like somebody, like how can I move something from the 0th index to the 2th index? I am here at 0. Okay, alright. I got it. I just got it. Yeah. I literally don't need to do this kind of things. I can just you know yeah, so the thing is, I cannot just do k here. I need to do something else. That is just the k is not going to work. I need to find out that this k and whatever is this, like I am thinking of moving it k by k, but it could be possible that I could have just move it towards the other circle, because it's circular. I forgot about that, it being a circle, right? If it was not a circle, the answer would have been 7 for the first case, but it is a circle. We cannot just simply multiply it by k. We have to be clever here. So I need to try to imagine is that which is minimum. Like I am at particular end, let's say I am at particular I end, and I am also at the verge of k. Like I am trying, is it better to add things from there, or is it better to add things from going from there, from the outside? That is what we need to do right here. So I need to be able to do this thing, minimum of k comma. Even in this case, this thing is going to be different for both of the case. If we are at int +1, if you are at plus k, and you are trying to move it to the end, it's different than moving it n minus k plus end, n minus k plus end. So it's going to be somewhat like there will be some part which I'll bring from k to the middle. All right. Yeah, what I'm thinking is, this is all correct. Everything is correct, but I'm only thinking this is only possible if it's sort of not a circular array. But if it is a circular array, then I need to do something else, and that is what I'm trying to do here. Well, instead of thinking about this, in the beginning, I should really worry about this. Okay. Now you are at end minus k. Okay. So now you'll be like, okay, here you can do the min of k plus or because you are at end minus k, correct, you need to move it k, add k plus, or you can just, you are at end minus k and you want to like put it into, you know, end. You can also do something like end minus k will move it to the 0th index. End minus k, okay, end minus k will move it to the 0th index, correct? So you are at 3, like 2, so 1, 2, all are going to move it to the 0th index, and then I'll be like add something else as well, which is you know, end minus k plus if I am going to add one more, I am going to reach to the n. So currently it looks like I am at the nth index, correct? Yeah, 0 index is here. I plus I am end minus k. Sorry, end minus k is there. So I somehow made it to an end is here. So n minus, it's something like n minus end, which will be yeah, I am at here, I am here, end is there and n is there, which is 0, and I am at that particular index. I am subtracting it. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I think this works. So it's almost like n minus k eventually, right? So whatever the minimum, this I am going to do that. Similarly for minimum of k n minus k. Yeah, that's easy. And now if you talk about this one, it's again the same thing, because you are at a index k plus 1, end plus k, and you can either bring it from there or you can just circular it. So again n minus k, this is the thing, same thing, k to n minus k, whichever is the minimum, I'll just add that. And here I'll have something different. I cannot just directly say this thing. Okay, answer is just going to be times minimum of k comma n minus k. N minus k is directly going to do the thing, I think. Is it? Yeah, I think directly n minus k will work, whichever is minimum for both of them. Yeah, maybe this is going to work. 4, 6 and minus 1. I think this will work, and I hope this works. Okay, it didn't work. What the heck? Okay, this will not work. As we can see, I'll have to sum is this thing, k plus plus. I'll be like, okay, I have done whatever I can with k minus k1, k is equals to 1. It's just not, I just don't buy it. I'll be like, okay, n minus k is 7 and 7 plus 16 is still negative, so I will like, okay, minimum of k around n minus k, which is obviously it will be k 1. So I can just 7 add 7 to my thing. So let me try to do a dry run over here. Okay, so I added 7 plus, now I am here. Now I can just add it in the circle over like this, or I can just add it to again either 1 2 or 1 2, correct? So now I'll be like, okay, some you are here and I already have the balance of this thing. I added k plus plus, it comes here. Sum is literally now just minus 9, correct? So it should be 7 minus 9. This is minus 9. So yeah, it should have been given me the thing that I want. Okay, wait, no. Ah, I got it. I got it, my friends. I think I got it. Whatever I did so far is wrong. So I think I need to cut all of these things, whatever I am doing, and or maybe not cut these things, maybe some smart thing, maybe I'll do it. Okay, I just don't care. Okay, int k1 I'll have this, and k2 is just going to be n minus k1. Alright, now the thing that I want is going to be okay. I think okay. Yeah, I think k was working, so while k is less than what, instead of maybe k, I'll be like, okay, anti l is equals to int minus k, anti r is equal to int plus k, and now I'll be like, okay, r is always L is less than R, correct? Right. While L modulo n is equals to R modulo n, so whenever they are not equal, I am just going to do whatever I did till now. Okay, so the first thing I'll be doing is x equals to balance of L plus balance of R plus sum, and this will be modulo n. This is also going to be modulo n, and then okay. Yeah, Now I'll be like, okay, don't do this. So if L modulo n is equals to R modulo n, I'll be breaking it and be like, okay, up till whenever the sum is less than 0, do this thing, and I'll be like, okay. So this is the thing currently that we are having, and okay, so if x is less than 0, well, at first let's say it's greater than 0, then what you're gonna do, I'll be like, okay, if it's greater than 0, I'll be like, yeah, whatever the sum it has, just add that thing, correct? So sum is 0, or maybe the answer plus equals to minus of sum times k, right? And sum equals to 0, and I just break it, that sum equals to 0. But else, if it's x is less than 0, then I'll be like, okay, adding this also didn't change anything, so I'll be like, maybe answer plus equals to x minus the sum, which will be this thing. I'll add times k, and I'll be like, okay, when I add this, I'll be like, okay, the sum is going to be balance of this plus balance of that, correct? Okay, now it's still going to be lesser, or sum is just going to be x, correct? Int minus k, r is just going to be int plus k. That's it. Okay, so if sum equals to 0, return else if L modulo n is equals to R modulo n, then I'll have to, the sum is not something which I wish it would be. Let's see if this is the thing. I'll be like, okay, the sum plus balance, and when this is equal, then k is also going to be something, right? K is still that particular thing. Okay, L modulo n int x is going to be this sum plus balance of L modulo n, and if x is again greater than equals to 0, then sum equals to 0. Well, it has to be greater than 0, right? Then I can just answer plus equals to, I don't need to check anything, I can just say that answer plus equals to balance of, or maybe minus sum, because sum is not 0, sum is not positive, sum cannot be positive, as you can see. So minus sum times k is going to be the thing. Minus sum times k is what I am going to add, and then this is the thing. -1 6 4, and if I try to do this, it will give me 16. It should give me 16. Yeah, it did give. Let me try to what is this? What? If okay, end is going to be this and r is going to be the same thing again, and I'll be like, okay, they are equal, so I break them, and it came here, so I'll add 1 times minus the sum, which is 2. What is wrong then? What is wrong? Somebody tell me, somebody tell me, somebody tell me, tell me, tell me. What's wrong with this thing? Why is it giving runtime error, folks? Like just why? Like, I have no idea. Like it shouldn't be giving me runtime errors. Like, totally, this is unacceptable. Like, how is this even going to be a thing? Is it because of I'm using int x? Should be long, or what? Maybe some plus. Where is the thing that I'm doing it wrong? Where am I doing the mistake, guys? End k, and I don't care about end k. L is just this, L is this, and answer equals to x minus sum. So x minus sum. What is wrong, guys? Somebody tell me. Okay, so let me just dry run. Right. When balance is less than 0, check equals to, this is all true. This sum is equals to, -2, and k is equals to 1. L is equals to -1. R is equals to n minus 1. N minus 1. All right. I think I got it. It should have been, it should be plus n modulo n, plus n modulo n, plus L modulo n. This is the thing, because because now it will be lesser. Okay, I am fucked up. Watch, it's 0, it's 2. What's wrong, man? Yeah, this thing. Wait, anything more? Am I doing any more mistakes? This is okay, this is okay, this is okay. This is okay, so yeah, this will be plus n modulo n. Yeah, 2, yeah, and this will be 16 minus 1 6 4. just, yeah, finally. Now this thing is like tedious. I only have 14 minutes left. I don't think I will be able to do this. But we can always try to think of like something at least. Minimum deletions to make alternating substring. Okay, the day after tomorrow I am having the Google OA and I don't really know what to do the Google OA. Should I watch House of the Dragons tomorrow? Or should I practice some questions tomorrow? Day after tomorrow there will be a OA, online assessment, which is of Google, and Google calls it Google Online Challenge, and I hope they take a lot of students this time. Like I really hope they do, because I'm really not in a good state because of many reasons. Anyways, if I flip it, this is an interesting question and I have no idea how I'm going to. Okay, what is the rank now? I think the rank is going to increase, at least by some, 5,000, yeah, 5,000, yeah. 10-minute penalties as well. Yeah, no worries. Sometimes we will be not very good, but sometimes we are also going to be good. Minimum number of character deletions required. Alright guys, that's it for today. I don't think I will be able to do this. Bye bye. Wait, let me see if I am still live or not. I'm not live, or am I? I'm live. If I'm still live or not. Yeah, I'm live. Thank God. Alright, I'll try to watch this later. And that's it for the video. Thank you.